Hey, hi everybody.
Hi.
We got the cool down kids are here.
What's cool, everyone?
It's Pip Pop. Hey Mark. Hey Tugboat. Hey Carrie. Carrie. Hey
Keith.
Keith. Hello Seth. Alpha Llama Llama. What's up? Scott. Nice to see ya. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. Having a good week. Hey.
Oh.
Hi everybody.
We need to mute you.
We
know the sound's working.
I posted it on BlueSky, but I'm going to do the stupid thing where I show you my phone. My camera. But the floor in my studio is back.
Woohoo!
There's a bunch of holes in the drywall that need to get patched up still.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's
but
still.
I'm supposed to be. He said that he thought he would be done next week, end of next week. So there may only be one more cool down from the dining room.
Yeah. Hi, Nelia.
Oh, dang, Emma. Power's out for 5 hours.
And Emma.
I hope you're okay. Oh, trying out gouache for the first time, and I really vibe with it. Gouache is fun, but kind of tough for me, anyway. I have a hard time working on it opaquely. Well, if I just use like watercolor and I water it down, then I can have some pretty good results. Thanks, Seth. Yeah, it's like a huge relief to be able to actually walk in there again. Thanksgiving in the studio, yeah, fingers crossed.
Thanks, Neela, for the pronunciation key.
So today we've been watching a lot of noir stuff.
I'm going to find out what that Lucille Ball noir that we watched. It was
pretty good.
It was good, yeah.
But it reminded me of the old Alex Sinner. And so I pulled this out. If anyone doesn't know, José Muñoz is the artist, and Carlos Sampaio is the writer for this. And it's like a private eye thing, but it's really it's really great. It sort of switches from being like a private eye to being like a sad dad kind of a story, and it goes back and forth, and it's pretty great. Oh man, I hope your arm is okay. I hope the ice helps. Man, you know what I did? I haven't used it very often, but for my carpal tunnel was really acting up a couple weeks ago, and we took some tube socks and cut the toes off, got them wet, and threw them in the freezer so I could put like a whole frozen tube sock over my arm, and it worked great.
Lurid. Lured.
Oh, Lurid. Yeah, it's kind of a generic name for that movie.
It's a very generic name. It doesn't really fit.
But I'm pretty excited about looking at some Muñoz. Figured I would do some master study type stuff. So Muñoz started out doing, his style looked like this, which is pretty stylish, but also like kind of normal. And then as he progresses, like his work gets more and more stylized and like not really stripped down, because he stays like you know, there's times when there's a lot of marks on the paper, but it gets, so like this guy right here is this guy, So you can kind of see the transformation of his style where things get a little more cartoony, I guess. I don't know. Like here's a very scratchy sequence. That's really good. Like the light on this dude's face is sick. And Keith Geffen, I think, was really inspired by this guy. Like, look at that. Like, so good. And this guy's face, like, that's the stuff.
Yeah, Cooper, the faces in this book are pretty excellent. Nobody looks the same.
Yeah, like it's just a gorgeous drawing right there. Of Alexander's face right there is so nice. And these street toughs running down the street, God, that looks so cool.
Now you want to be a street tough?
Yeah, if I could look that cool. And like, that's sick. That's great. And look at like the lettering on this. Gang, 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 gang. Incredible. So one of the things I was interested in with this was looking at and thinking about some of the times when he does like really good sort of stark lighting. Trying to find a good example of it. Like these are kind of good. Yeah, Tugboat. He gets those blacks.
And I agree with Emma too. Almost some taupey, inspiry looking.
Kind of. I think that there's a sense of like really strong shapes that they both bring, but Taupey is like much more like geometrical in his approach, I think.
I can see it in the scratchy colors.
Yeah, and some of the scratchy lines I could see. Look at this character's face, man. That's so good. He's just a thumb with a little bit of hair.
Pippi says some of this reminds them of Victor Santos.
Oh, I don't know if I'm familiar with Victor Santos.
Hi, Lucas.
Hey, Lucas.
Tyler was looking at Alack Center. What's the name of the artist again?
Oh, jeez. José Muñoz. He's got these lines that are like, they feel like he was holding the pen way at the end.
What's Black Kaiser and Polar Pippi? Oh, Victor Santos books. Gotcha. Hello, Joseph. And Lucas says it's got a little Eduardo Riso flavor.
Mmm. Mmm.
Keith says his line work seems to have a kind of contour drawing feel to it.
Yeah. That's actually what I was trying to say when I was talking about how it feels like he's holding the pen at the very end. I just couldn't remember the word contour drawing.
That's why we have mini brains here. Someone's bound to remember. That smoke makes the shape of his head. Oh, it's not cigarette smoke. I thought those lines that you drew around his jawline and his ear and the top of his head was smoke coming up from the cigarette.
That is actually just the shape of his head. This is not a very good copy. That's okay. I'm more after the vibe.
Well, cool things are going on with y'all in chat. The complete Harrow County comes out on the 26th.
Oh, yeah. Just a few days from now.
4 days. And then IGN.com has an article on Tyler's next, a little tiny preview article on Tyler's next book.
Out of Alcatraz.
He's been working on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the big thing for this week was we finally got to announce Out of Alcatraz, which is the book I've been working on for, man, I don't know if it's been a year, but it's been close to a year. It's been a long time.
Mark says, the artist on that is awesome.
I'm fond of him.
Neela finished reading part 3 of their third book on COL, the short story, on Twitch, and its replay is on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
Neila.
Oh, doing a illustration fair. That sounds fun. In April. You're getting a good jump on it then.
Oh, Keith asked if Out of Alcatraz is the project that you were working on when you bought the yearbooks.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Good memory, Keith.
I think I'll probably pull out a bunch of art pretty soon and do like a little talk about the cover design and all that kind of stuff. I almost did it tonight, but so much of the artwork is sort of like inaccessible right now.
Mm-hmm.
With the studio being all tore up.
Yep. We need time to collect it all. And this week was just not, we just didn't have the time for it.
Yep.
I mean, we went out and got paint samples right before we started the stream. Didn't even have time to dig for it before the stream today. Tugboat asked, did you take a research trip to the real Alcatraz?
No,
We
but I
did.
have been there.
On our honeymoon.
Was that when we went?
Yep.
So romantic.
Alpha, time does move too quickly, and I'm glad you're trying to avoid the stress. That's pretty cool. Comic Tropes, you're not late. You're just on time.
Like a wizard.
Is this to promote smoking?
Yes. This is
Noir movies are. And he's drawing this because we got inspired by some noir movies that we've been watching. And by Alack Sinner, the book. So he's going to try to just do some sketches in his sketchbook. Tugboat, this marriage will be like a prison. No. The opposite.
Yeah, Mark, we killed a guy.
We're just weirdos, and we went to San Francisco for our honeymoon, and then we're all, let's go take a boat ride out to Alcatraz.
It was pretty fun though. That's a
Yeah. It's a
it's
really
kind of a
strange
pretty
looking
little
place.
island now.
Yeah. Lots of cool history there, and the bad history too. The not cool history. It is too bad that smoking looks cool. Comic Tropes.
Yeah, man, I smoked from when I was 15 until sometime in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And I still miss it.
Carrie, one of your friends calls you goth, and now you're going to insist that he calls you noir. Mila's web novel, Slayer of YGGDRASIL. I totally am going to get this wrong, Neela, but I'm going to try. Yggdrasil is in round 2 of the Tapas writing contest. So anyone listening can go give it a read and do some voting. Slayer of YGGDRASIL.
That sounds cool.
Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. Thank you. I love pronunciation keys. I do it with my name all the time. You're welcome, Neela. Glad to do it. Comic Tropes did that for Tyler's stream today, even.
Oh yeah, thanks for that. Had it on a little bit earlier while I was getting the cameras all set up.
Hi, Rudak.
Rudak, what up? How do you go from a working title to a final title if you don't decide straight away? That's a tough question. I have a very, very hard time coming up with titles. Lonesome Hunters took like months of like...
There were a couple of different changes to that title.
I think the one that lasted the longest was Children of Monsters.
Which is a good title.
This is a good title, but it was in use.
So
Somebody already had
good that
it.
other people used it, yeah.
Let me hit the hairdryer.
Okay.
Hey, Robson Henrique Arts, what do you want me to do to Brazil? I would really love to go to Brazil, though.
Yeah.
I think Harrow County does pretty good there. I can't remember my publisher in Brazil, but the Brazilian Harrow counties are gorgeous.
Yeah, Mark, you're totally fine. Whatever you want and need to do is just perfect. And eating delicious crepes is totally worth it.
What was the original title? Keith, you mean for Lonesome Hunters?
You might have answered it
did
when
I
it
already
was
answer
asked.
that one? That it was, yeah. I think the Children of Monsters was the longest.
It was the longest.
It was that.
The second title didn't last very long because it was. I think it was
just untitled for a long time because we didn't know. I didn't know what to call it.
Will out of Alcatraz be in black and white?
No.
Tugboat's asking.
No, it will not be. It is fully painted. It's yeah. There's some sample pages on
IGN.com.
Is it IGN?
Mm-hmm.
It's been carried by a couple places now, but I haven't posted all of them. Try to space them out a little bit.
Yep. The tugboat says the first name of Lonesome Hunters was probably The Good Time Adventures of Howard and Luke Bay.
The Howard and Loopy Fun Time Adventure Hour.
Yeah, Emma, you've got time to figure it out. To figure out a title for the second story arc of your comic. Yeah, comic tropes. Out of Alcatraz, there's a article and some little, like a short article and sneak peeks of some of the pages on IGN.com.
Yeah, who else has them? Let me see here.
Keith, that's cool. I love it when things come quickly too. And sometimes the longer journey to get just the perfect name for another book is fun as well. I hope you have a fun time coming up with a title for your second book.
It looks like Comic Crusaders has a article about Out of Alcatraz, and so does Fanboy Factor. Yeah, comic strips, me too. I'm kind of I don't know if I'm a history buff, but I'm like, I really love period stuff. Petrograd, my first book, was a great period thing, and
Also an Oni book.
Huh?
Also an Oni book.
Yeah. Harrow County was a period thing. I do really enjoy actually doing like the research for this stuff.
Comic Book Club, the first line of their article or their blog says, just because his last name is Crook doesn't mean Tyler Crook is an actual criminal.
Not necessarily.
It doesn't make you a good criminal.
This is a much better nib to get.
The scratchiness?
Yeah, the kind of marks that Muñoz gets.
Oh. The release date is, thank you for asking that, Keith. I don't think we said. Like early 2025, March.
Yeah, it's going to be a little while.
That's still not very far away. That's still early in the year.
March. Yeah, it's like 4 months from now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Witchcraft is another period piece. I mean, Witchfinder. I said witchcraft.
Yeah, Witchfinder. Witchfinder's and like, I think I've said that a million times, but that was, I think, the best Mignolaverse stuff I did too. It just felt like it was in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, you had fun with that too. Hi, Dinix7.
Hello.
How many issues, Mark is asking, is Out of Alcatraz?
It is 5 issues, and the first issue is like a double-sized. So it's the equivalent, basically, of 6 issues, but
in the package of 5.
Nope. Yeah, it's actually really exciting how Oni has been, they seem to be really excited about the book, and letting us do that double-sized first issue, I think, is great. I think, actually, just about every publisher, when they're introducing a series, should do a double-sized first issue.
Yeah.
Just to help get people into it.
Tugboat is asking if Out of Alcatraz is done being drawn.
No, it is not. I am penciling issue 4 right now.
4 of 5. Hi, Comic Book Phil.
Hey, Comic Book Phil, how you doing? Witchcraft.
Yeah, the Mysteries of Unlin. I like your eels in that. I was just looking at that just day before yesterday.
I wish I had I had a really hard time. I made those eels be moray eels, and it was only because when looking up photo reference for eels, it's like only moray eels. It's really weird. And they're not even they're not even like eels that are common in England where the story takes place. It's like the kind of eels that they have are totally different.
That's okay. They migrated to England. They're monsters. They're monster eels. They can do that.
Oh, nice. Came across my work through Comic Book Yeti friends recommending Harrow County. Happily checking out more. Awesome. Yeah, Harrow County is, I think, one of the best books I've ever did. Everything I've done is the best I've ever done.
I think Harrow County and Lonesome Hunters are equally as good.
But I think Out of Alcatraz is comparable.
Yeah. I haven't read that yet, though.
That's
so
true.
I don't even know. I get to see glimpses of it as I walk past your drafting table, which doesn't even happen as much now that I sit on the couch and you sit over there to work. Talking about it says, as a kid, I loved the Clint Eastwood's Alcatraz movie. It's I've never seen the Burt Lancaster one. The Rock is a good time. Oh, and Lucas is partial to your work in The Stone King.
Oh. That was such a weird project. I forget sometimes that it exists. Which is a bummer. Because I'm really proud of that book, actually. I think it turned out lovely.
It did turn out lovely, yeah. Oh, Denix says, Lonesome Hunters is next in line. Enjoyed your interview about it, and it's on the pile.
Nice. Yeah, I hope you like it.
Oh, I like those lines on the forehead that you probably did 10 minutes ago. I'm sure I've got a long lag.
Oh, did it just now happen?
Yeah.
It's so funny. The lag is like really long.
We're just 3 feet away from each other.
But it has to go all the way to YouTube and back for you.
Tugboat loves the dog and the Stone King. That is a good dog.
Yeah.
I like the Stone King as well, in that the giant Stone King tromping around.
Yeah, we were gonna do a whole bunch of different elemental-based giants, but it just didn't work out.
I like this jacket you're drawing with the high neck. Are you using a reference, or is this coming out of your butt?
Oh yeah, I'm drawing this guy, this little face.
I see the face. It's a good face. Yeah, elemental stuff's fun, Dylan. Mark says, considering how you draw such great animals, he'd love to see you do an arc of beasts of burden.
Yeah. I think that would be really fun too.
I think you'd do good at that.
I don't know what the status is of that book.
Tugboat Tibbs right now is laying on my legs. She's zonked. She is just completely asleep right now. She gets exhausted.
She's very tired of the contractors being here all day.
Yeah, she is. But she is. Today was the first day that I'd say she was mostly calm. She still hid underneath furniture from time to time, but came out a lot more often. Pippi says, this really looks like Victor's sketches.
Like what? Do you draw every day? I don't think so.
But just about.
Just really close to it. Like I draw, like if I go too long without drawing, I get kind of fucked up. Like my brain certainly relies on drawing in order to function properly. But like when I'm writing, like when I was writing Lonesome Hunters, it would take me about a week to work my way through a script, and well, no, I take that back because I was drawing those too, because I would be doing layouts as I wrote the script.
So maybe you do draw every day, is what you're saying?
No, there's definitely days that I don't draw, but it's pretty rare.
Neela's brain gets itchy if they don't write or draw for very long.
It's funny, it's like just wanting to do that brain-hand coordination is sort of what I need, I guess. I don't know.
Hi, Jordan. Welcome. It is party time.
Hey, Jordan.
Mark's gone back to listing, back to the conversation where people were listing your projects that they liked, and he says, "I hope you all have read Man or Black. It's a great series. That's got some elemental stuff in it for you." I think that was Dylan. Yeah, there you go, Dylan. There are pages in that story that have taken up permanent residence in my head. Mark, mine is the walking in on the giant hourglass. Yours? Carrie agrees, Man or Black's amazing.
Oh, dang.
Denix7 says, has anyone played the Harrow County board game?
Oh, that's a good question. I have gotten a few messages online of people saying that they're playing it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Or at least that they have bought it. I don't know if they've played it yet. This is an Alex Center that I'm making up.
So is in the book, is Alack Center the name of a character?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's the main guy.
Man or Black's in Keith's pile.
Nice. This is not going to turn out well.
You don't know, but it's also, you're also not trying to be perfect. This is a cool down. It's for fun and cooling down. Jordan is asking, do you have a reset drawing, like a go-to character you draw when you have a creative block?
Not really. The reset thing for me, I think, is just doing the sort of drawing ahead in the Lumis method.
I don't know about other people in the chat, but I have no idea what the Lumis method is.
Andrew Lumis is an illustrator, and he did a bunch of great art books. And I'll demonstrate in just one second. But his method is about basically drawing a sphere and then hanging a jaw off of it, and then there's a couple other things. And I'm not a master of his technique or whatever,
but you'll show us
but
like
I'll
how
show
you do it.
Yeah. So the Lumis method of constructing a head is that you start with a circle, and then let's say it's going to be a 3/4 inch, so you sort of divide it in half, and then you flatten off the sides, and from the middle of that comes the jaw. Give him a little bit of a cheek. And then you sort of divide up the face like that. So then you have a 3D shape that you can sort of build your face on. And think I put the eyes too high. I think the brow goes right in the middle. I think this is the brow, and then the eyes are just below that, and then the nose, and then the mouth. And then the ears are like, boop.
What are they like?
So, like, when I don't know what to draw, I usually just start with that, where I'll, like, draw a circle, and that'll sort of, like, make me be like, oh, how do I want to do a head on that? And then I'll sort of pick an angle. And build it off of there.
Wow, you drew that overhead drawing real fast.
I'm speedy.
Comic Trips is asking, what's scary?
What's scary? You asking me?
Comic Trips is. What is scary? There was a Black Widow in the
Oh, in the
house
studio
in
today?
your studio today. There were many, many Black Widows found in there that were crawling in.
It's interesting. I've seen so few Black Widows since we came to
They
Oregon.
were living all underneath your floor.
Yeah.
You had no idea.
Starting a new sketchbook today. Any recommendations for Tyler or chat on what I should draw first? What to draw first? Breaking in a sketchbook is always hard. I always try to draw something really dumb and silly, something that doesn't feel like there's any pressure. Because sometimes I get, that's like one of the few times when I feel like that fear of getting started is when I'm starting a new book. Like a blank page usually doesn't scare me. I'm usually very excited to start filling up any sort of blank page, but something about a book and its physicality is a little bit intimidating to me. So I like doing something goofy that I don't have to, so I can get the book started without feeling too precious about it.
Feeling too precious
I wonder
makes
what
it hard to fill up to add anything to the book.
Let me see, what's my first thing in here? First thing
That's
I did in
Neela's
here was
suggestion, too.
this. So I just did this skull thing, and then I hit it with an airbrush, and then I don't remember how I drew these circles. I used some sort of a template to draw them, because they're very perfect, and then did some ink splatter. And that's how I kicked off this one, the sketchbook.
What's the best snack while drawing or painting?
Ooh, the best snack. I don't snack very much when I'm drawing. I drink a lot of water. Drinking ginger ale tonight. Coffee is really good. The problem with snacks is just if anything that like gives you sticky fingers is trouble.
You take do you still do Pomodoro timers? I haven't heard any.
I haven't lately, but yeah, I do it periodically.
So then you go take like a 25-minute break or something like that.
No, I
and
do
go have a
my
snack.
25 on,
Yeah,
5
that's right.
off.
Yeah, a 5-minute snack break. So you come up here to the living room.
Nerds are probably a great candy. They won't make your fingers too sticky.
In a flask.
In a flask. Take a little hit.
So there's been 2 requests. Can you show that skull again from Comic Tropes? And what was that antler guy from Keith?
The antler guy we will discuss later.
Okay.
But there's the skull. A silly elephant. Good choice. I like snail mix.
Actual Dracula, hi.
Wow, it has real snails in it?
Yes.
I have had snails, but only like escargot, which was
With
like...
very it was butter garlic.
Yeah.
That's all it tasted like. Aw, Jordan, a silly elephant, that sounds great. That sounds like a really fun drawing. We have, Dylan, we have not tried the Canada Dried ginger ale cranberry yet.
No. I'm not a big fan of Canada Dry ginger ale. It's a little too sweet for me.
I wonder if the cranberry one would then cut the bitterness.
Cut it a little bit, make it a little more tart.
Honey roasted cashews sound delicious, Alpha. I needed a quick snack before starting the stream today, so I had Welch's fruit snacks. They're my new favorite, like junk food candy. Keith would wear the skull guy on a shirt. Hint, hint.
Oh man, now that that's in chat, every bot on YouTube is going to come flocking.
For what? Welch's fruit snacks?
No, for the, I'd buy that on a shirt.
Oh. Welch's fruit snacks have a very good texture. Love it. Comic Book Phil asks, what DC book would you like to do covers and or interiors for? And why is it Swamp Thing?
Swamp Thing is number 1. Although I would say that, like, where Swamp Thing is nowadays, I don't have the strongest connection to. Like, the Swamp Thing that I'm most attracted to is sort of classic Swamp Thing. Nestor Redondo's Swamp Thing is probably my favorite comic art of all time. The other one I want to do really, really bad is Commandy.
Mm-hmm. You want to do the interiors for that more than a cover, I think.
Yeah. But Commandy is a tough one. I don't think there's a lot of people who know what to do with Commandy. Actually, my theory about Commandy is that everyone needs to stop trying to do Jack Kirby riffs when they do Commandy, because no one can do it. Only Jack Kirby. Is there a difference between Canadian and U.S. Kit Kats? I don't think there's much difference between with the normal Kit Kats, but I know Canada gets
all the cool flavors.
Yeah.
The U.S. does not.
I think Canada gets more
unless we order them online.
I think they get more of the Japanese, because think Japan, they have like wasabi Kit Kats and stuff.
But we need a Canadian to answer that.
Do your take on a classic Swamp Thing with Madame Dragonfly's partner in a World of Black Hammer story? That would be fun. Oh, I did not know Kit Kats in the U.S. are made by Hershey's and made by Nestle everywhere else.
What? Which one tastes better, the Canadian one or the U.S. one? Oh, there, the next line answers it. The Canadian ones taste better. Unless...
We do get some of the Japanese flavors. Yep. Did you sell that DC horror quad cover? I don't think that is sold yet. There was definitely somebody who is very interested in it, but I don't know how that has gone. Well, I think that's it for tonight, everybody. I think we have cooled down. We have drawn a bunch of Alex Sinners. We did some Lumis method heads.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about After Alcatraz. We all liked the video.
Did we all like the video? I remembered.
Hershey's chocolate is made by Satan himself. It's definitely a strange chocolate.
Cmic Troy says, one more hour.
Man, I wish I had the stamina for that. You and your like 4 different channels you got going now. Oh my gosh, the Cadbury factory must smell amazing.
Oh.
Hershey's blasphemy.
PA resident.
You gotta represent.
Tugboat's gonna dream of tough guys tonight. Sounds like a good dream.
Oh, interesting. There's a gas station on the way to Sun River,
Oregon. It's been a long time since I've been out that way. I never knew that I could have gotten, well, I'm allergic to Kit Kats, so I can't eat them anyway.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great weekend and a great week. And go tell the people you love that you love them. And I love all you guys.
And as Mark reminds us every time, go tell the people you love that you love Lonesome Hunters.
Be like, Mom, Dad, I love you so much.
And Lonesome Hunters.
And you really should be reading Lonesome Hunters. All right, everybody. Have a good week. I'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.